So how can public speaking help you in the future? That's what we're talking about today here on the Training Business Pros YouTube channel. My name is Paul Tobey. Thank you so much for joining me. After having trained several hundred speakers over the last 10 years or so, I can tell you that people want to learn it for very different reasons, but we're going to talk about the main ones right after this. So public speaking can really help you in the future, and there's a lot of ways it can do that. But I'm going to focus today on 6 things that you may or may not have considered. It is a very powerful force in the universe to be able to not only public speak, but do it well. And the number one reason I think that people do it is because leadership counts. Leaders speak. Leaders are called upon to speak. They are the ones that have the ideas, that have the experience, that are always out in front helping other people. People don't follow followers, they follow leaders. And if you want to be a great leader in life, you're going to have to learn how to take the stage, how to command an audience, how to speak authentically, and also how to speak in situations where you're called upon to be your best self, your most authentic and energetic and enthusiastic self. That's what good speakers do. They not only tell great stories, they not only have great experience and great diction and great projection, but they're just very authentic. And the more you do it, the more authentic you become. And the more authentic you are, the better leader you will make. All right, so number 2, if you learn to speak and you do it well, there's a great opportunity for you to speak at conferences, conventions, and even corporate events. I can't tell you how many of these events I've spoken at over the years where there's a built-in audience, an audience that could use our products and services. As the CEO of our company, Training Business Pros, it gives us the opportunity to bring in new people into the fold. It's a marketing opportunity, if you will. And the potential to reach more people at conventions and conferences and other events is extremely high. The problem is you usually won't get those opportunities unless you have some kind of track record and some kind of experience and a kit put together that the people who are producing the event can look at and choose you over all of the other applications. A typical conference can get 5,000 to 10,000 applications for speaking spots. Why so many? Because the people who get those speaking spots know quite well that it can really help them in their business, in their career, in their job opportunities, and just essentially overall help them reach more people. Okay, let's move on to number 3. So what's the number one thing you need to do in business to be successful? And you might be running through a bunch of things in your head like have a grasp of fiscal responsibility, know how to actually start a business, and whatever you're thinking of, throw that all away and listen to this. The number one reason or the number one skill that you need in business to be successful is selling. You need to be able to sell something. If you're not selling something, it's not a business, it's a professional hobby. So you need good speaking skills in order to sell. And I like the one-on-many strategy. So like we talked about with the opportunities at conventions and conferences, a lot of times I'll go in there with one purpose in mind: sell my products and services, sell our courses, sell our expertise. And most speakers actually don't do that. What do? They give great information, although in some cases they might be a little boring here and there. But at the end they say, hey, if you like this, come grab a business card. To me, that's not sales. That's like pre-sales. I actually make offers from the stage, offers for courses and things that people can do and sign up for immediately. So when I go into a conference, I go in there with the thought, how many people can I convert into my business, into my products and services. So if you want to be a great salesperson and you're thinking, can public speaking help you in the future? As a salesperson, absolutely. It's probably one of the most critical things you could do to help yourself. For example, in my Train the Trainer course, it's like a 3, sometimes 5-day course where people are essentially learning to sell. Yes, they'll learn how to give a story. Yes, they'll learn the template, the world's greatest introduction template. They'll learn state changes. They'll learn all the things that they learn. But in the end, it's about sales. It's about growing your business and learning how to sell in front of people from the stage every opportunity that you get, without it seeming like you're being pushy, without it seeming like you're basically trying to convert or pitch. It's more like you make an offer and people have the opportunity to participate in that offer. All right, so number 4, become an influencer. You know, I watched a television program the other day called Fake Famous. I'm not sure if you've seen it. It's on, I believe it's on YouTube. Well, maybe not. Anyway, it doesn't really matter where I saw it. It's called Fake Famous. Look it up. Netflix, Prime, whatever your choice of online television is, go find this movie. And it's basically what they figured out is in the old days, when people were growing up, they wanted to be doctors and lawyers and teachers and astronauts and firemen and all that. The number one job in young people's minds today, the number one thing that they want is they want to become a social influencer. They just want to go around with their cell phone, take pictures of themselves, doing fun things like traveling to Antigua or going to fine restaurants or perhaps mountain climbing, whatever. They just want to be some kind of social influencer. Well, if you're going to do that, you're going to need to learn how to present properly. You're going to need to learn some public speaking skills that can actually enroll and engage your audience and keep them on the edge of their seats. Keep them on the edge of their phones going, hey, I like that. You're influencing my life. And it's amazing that that's now the number one thing that young people want to do. I don't quite think there's enough opportunity there for everyone. In fact, if all our young people just wanted to be influencers, I don't think anything would ever get done. But if you do want to be an influencer, not just a social influencer, but just an influencer in general, leaders are influencers. So going back to number 1, where public speaking is done by leaders and leaders become influencers. So it's a very powerful thing to learn. All right, number 5, you get to help others. If you can put together a presentation, hour, 2 hours, or in some cases, in my case, 5 days, you can help a lot of people learn step-by-step information that's going to change their lives, that's going to make them better, all well-rounded people in whatever it is you're trying to help them learn. So for example, in Training Business Pros, we help people with digital marketing, we help them with sales, we help them with website design. We help people, obviously, with public speaking. We help people with personal development courses and professional development courses. So the list is essentially endless. But what I've learned over time is it's not what you say, but it's how you say it that matters. And how you say it is learning good public speaking skills. And that's why we have courses like that, because in most cases, people just don't know what they don't know. In fact, when I was a professional musician, I learned how to bow and I learned how to introduce the next song, but I didn't really know how to engage an audience. That's a skill that can be taught. And if you're up for it, that might be something you want to look into. So just go to the website, look for Train the Trainer or Train the Online Trainer and see what's involved, because it's an investment in yourself that could last, will last forever. All right, so number 5 is you get to help others. And finally, number 6. This might have gone first for many people, and it is something that is very, very helpful to you in your life, and that is it will help boost your self-confidence. Now, many people obviously lack confidence. Public speaking has a way of instilling you that instilling within you that authenticity, that way of communicating with people that inherently creates this blanket of self-confidence. Not necessarily the first time out, not obviously I'm sure you have enough common sense to know that you don't go out and public speak one time and now you're an expert and you're now self-confident in everything that you do. But I do believe strongly that over time you develop a higher sense of self-confidence when you're communicating to groups. And when I mean groups, anything from 5 people to 5,000 people, which I've done both. I personally find it more intimidating to speak to 5 people than 5,000 because there's a lot less energy in a room of 5 than there is of 5,000. But anyway, I think you get the idea. Just over time, when you learn this skill and you learn to communicate, your self-confidence will grow and grow and continue to grow. So that's the 6 ways that public speaking can help you in the future. 1, leaders speak. 2, you can do conferences and conventions and corporate events. 3, you can get really good at sales. 4, you get to help others, really important, help enough people get what they want and you can have what you want. And number 6, it will absolutely boost your self-confidence. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It's a relatively new push on this channel. So new channel, likes and thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. That's really going to help us. If you have any questions about this content or anything else to do with our other videos or training business pros in general, just write them in the comments section below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for your time.